Morning, guys. It is Monday morning, and I am going to actually have to post this video today too. I kind of got a little behind. I like to try to have these done a few days in advance, but it's all good. Kind of rainy here in Indiana. Has been on and off all weekend, so I'm glad I got the yard mowed. But hope you guys had a good weekend. We didn't do too much, just kind of hung around here. So anyway, in this video, I want to talk about do I actually use my knives, and if so, what do I use them for? It's kind of a question that goes around Facebook a lot. You know, people post pictures of these pristine knives, and then they get a bunch of comments about like, oh, you know, nobody ever uses their knives. They just post a bunch of safe queens, blah blah blah. Well, I'm kind of one of those guys who typically post safe queens. I don't really have any hard use knives, and I'm just gonna put it out there. To be honest, I don't really use mine that hard ever. Multi-tools are a different story. I use my Leathermans pretty hard. Um, like when we got here, this is my Surge. This is just a base. This is basically just a bigger Wave Plus. And this is my Spyderco Southern flipper. But yeah, when we moved into our new house, I use my Wave a lot, which I can actually, I just want to have this one because this is my newest multi-tool. And I wanted to sort of talk about how I use stuff and then, you know, bring in this new multi-tool in a way. I'll probably make its own, or I'll probably give it its own video at some point, but I want to incorporate it into this video just to kind of give you guys an introduction. So when we moved into the house, we had some furniture and stuff we had to put together, a lot of stuff to cut up, a lot of cardboard to process. So this is kind of going to be a stand-in for a Wave Plus right now, but I use this little screwdriver a lot. You can see here, this one's been used too. This is a Phillips, and then you can flip it over for a regular head there. So I use that a lot. I use that on, like I said, putting furniture together and just different things that needed assembled or tightened, that had shifted in the move or whatever. And then as for the other tools and the handles, that's really about it. The Surge, like the Wave, also has this like can opener and bottle opener. And then on this side it has a couple of regular screwdrivers you can see there. And then it has this all reamer, and it has this, like, I think they call it like a sewing, or a sewing awl, I think is what they call it. I don't really use any of that stuff very much. Most of the stuff that I use is actually on the outside here. This guy's still pretty tight, but it's very new, so yeah, so this is the straight edge, which, yeah, I use this quite a bit, even on the Surge, this specific Surge. I used it yesterday to carve some number 2 pencils for my wife and I to use that we got from church, so that was pretty handy. But again, with the Wave, I use this a lot to just cut up cardboard and plastic and stuff like that. This one is this serrated edge, which these are all locking blades. The biggest difference between the Surge and the Wave Plus is the Surge is just bigger. It's just more of a heavy duty tool. This one is great for breaking down cardboard and stuff like that. So yeah, I use that one a lot on the Wave. I haven't used it on this so much. This is a saw, I think. And I think the Surge actually comes with a file. It has an attachment. I think it's a file that swaps out for that saw. I could be wrong. But yeah, this is just like a wood saw. Don't use this that much, and I didn't on the Wave. Right? I don't on the Wave that much either. But it is useful. I mean, it'll cut branches and all that stuff. And then these I also use quite a bit. I did on the Wave when we moved in, and I do on the Surge as well. These are scissors. Again, they lock, and yeah, just a good pair of scissors. I used this pair yesterday to cut a tag off a shirt, so just kind of handy. I leave this or one of my multi-tools on my end table at all times, just for stuff like that. But yeah, I mean, knives, I don't really use my knives all that much. I mean, I've been carrying this one. I carried it yesterday to church, and you can see here, I mean, the blade's still, it's pretty pristine. This is also one of my most recent acquisitions. It's not a new model. This has been retired by Spyderco for years. But yeah, it just doesn't really, none of my knives get really that much use. It's mostly my multi-tools. And yeah, the Surge, I just don't really, the Surge and the Wave, they're both this black coated style. I just don't really use them in that hard of a fashion. It's kind of funny, like I'll just use them for household tasks like cutting tags off shirts or breaking cardboard down. The pliers I'll use occasionally for stuff. I'm even trying to think of an example and I can't think of anything. I think the Wave Plus, I use those to put like a bed frame together or something. But yeah, so it's, you know, typically around the house, if I need to use, if I have a use that comes up, it's normally a multi-tool, occasionally a knife. I use this one, I think, to open a seal on a Lego box or something. I don't know, definitely nothing that's too intense. So yeah, I mean, I guess I fall into the crowd of guys who have a ton of safe queens and pretty much relegate all of my tasks of any kind to my multi-tools, which I don't know. I mean, yeah, I guess, I mean, my wife's kind of said that knives are sort of pocket jewelry. I guess in a lot of ways they are. I mean, this one's not like super expensive or anything, but you know, I like to keep it looking nice, and I don't really want to damage it because it is retired. So it's sort of a collector's piece. I will say a few weeks ago, we visited her parents in Michigan, and sorry if I'm talking kind of quiet, she's still sleeping, but I used my custom Nirvana to cut open a bunch of stuff to put some bed frames together and cut metal, or cut strappings off of these like metal bed frame poles. So I actually used that quite a bit in that situation, which, you know, I guess in a way I was kind of proud. So I'm like, you know, this is a custom knife that I'm actually using. So that was kind of cool. But yeah, honestly, if I had known that was there, I probably would have taken a Leatherman. Just didn't, you know, I don't really want to damage my custom. But it was fine. It worked great. So yeah, this is the Surge multi-tool. And again, it's very similar to the Wave, it's just bigger, and it has a detachable, swappable attachment for this part. Yeah, it's just a nice heavy duty multi-tool for whatever you might need. And then this is the Spyderco Southern Flipper in 204-piece steel. And, you know, again, this is retired, but you can still find them. I do have the aftermarket clip on it, deep carry clip, and it's got aftermarket bearings in it, so it flips a little nicer. But yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it, guys. Don't really use my stuff all that much, just household tasks, opening boxes, and I don't know, occasionally screwdriver stuff, or I don't really use anything for prying, so I don't have a pry bar. But anyway, if you whatever you guys use your stuff for, drop in the comments below. I know some people just really use their stuff really hard. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the video, and thanks for watching. Please leave a like if you did, and please subscribe if you haven't, and we'll talk to you on the next one. See ya.